Ever wonder what it's really like to work with your spouse?
Spreadsheets by day, Netflix by night.
I'm Jared.
And I'm Jordana.
And we are
JJP Real Estate Team. Whether you're here because you're thinking about buying or selling your home, or you're just curious how we balance business and marriage, this video's for you.
Okay, this is great. So, question number one. How did we meet, you and I?
We met at we were in the same singles ward in Highland, Utah.
That's right. Correct.
Am I being tested? Is this a
No,
test?
no. Think of like this is just an interview for us to tell the YouTube world who we are, what we do.
Okay, next.
Do you remember the moment that you realized you liked me? Can you think back that far? Do you know?
I liked you from the moment I saw you
The moment she saw me, folks.
when you were giving a talk, and I was like, "Who's that on a glass of water?"
Oh, for me, the earliest one I remember is when you were you made comments about that banana cake that Tanya had made, and I was like, I gotta get me some of that banana cake just so I can have something to talk about with this pretty girl.
Yeah, banana cake was bomb.
Okay, well, I'm actually interested. If somebody were to ask you who said I love you first, how would you answer
You
that?
did, because I drug it out of you.
No, you tried to drag it out of me, and I did not let you.
Yeah, but you eventually did say it first.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, more to follow there. Okay, next set of questions are going to be about working together
Okay.
as a team, a real estate team. Forgive me. So tell me what is it really like working with your spouse?
It's pretty hard. At first, it was hard. There was a learning curve because working.
In some ways there still is.
Yeah, but like working in real estate has always kind of been my thing. So then when you got into it, it was really hard for me not to micromanage you and for you to not feel micromanaged. It was a learning curve.
Mm-hmm.
We still learn
We're
every
still
day.
in it.
Yeah. But it's fun.
It's so fun. What would you say, on that note, what would you say your favorite thing is about running a business together? You and I. I have an answer if you don't.
Okay, yeah.
I like our shared vision, and like we go to the same things, like we go to the same team meetings here at the brokerage. We know the same people, and we kind of have similar goals, which is great. Instead of like, I don't know, I see a lot of agents who are doing this on their own, and they have all these big goals that they're getting from our environment, and then maybe a spouse who's just like not up to speed or not
And it's hard to
not speaking the same language.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's hard to like say, oh, I went to this class and I learned this. But yeah, it's nice that it's also nice the opposite. It's like, if I can't be at something, you are there in case.
We kind of pass the baton. So there's always, JJP is always there, whether it's you or me.
Yeah.
JJP is forever. Okay, how do we clock out from work mode to get back to just being husband and wife? We're not business partners when we clock out.
I think that's what we're still working on.
Is it?
Yeah. I don't think that we're there yet.
Well, yeah, it is hard with real estate. Is literally anywhere. They know what a phone looks like. I don't need to show them. Anywhere you can have a phone, you can be working.
Yeah.
And that can be hard, but yeah, I know
we try to not talk about work on dates and stuff, but
right. It still creeps
it's
in.
also something that like we're both so passionate about that
it doesn't. I don't think it's not something we struggle with that much. Like there are times where it's like, okay, I've got to put on my business partner hat so we can talk more like business, less emotion.
Yeah, being intentional about what hats you're wearing, I think, is for sure. Yeah.
I'm excited to hear this answer. What is a lesson that we have learned from working together that has made our marriage stronger?
Do you have one? I feel like you already haven't answered all of these.
I don't. I didn't. The only preparation I did was coming up with questions. I didn't come up with any answers.
The best lesson? Say it again.
What is a lesson learned from working together that has made our marriage stronger?
I would say the hat one, like putting on a work hat versus not, like spouse hat. I think that's been really good to make sure that like we're talking to each other in that way.
Yeah, and this just came to me, but I think just the idea of goals, because we get that hammered into our heads all the time, and so not only having business goals, but we have our relationship goals and personal goals, family goals.
Yeah.
That all kind of feeds in together, and I think this is a good environment for us. Okay, let's see if we can come up with an answer for this one. What is a story or about a time that we messed something up in the business but turned it around? Can you think of any? Well, the one that comes to mind for me is, I won't say the name, but we were putting somebody under contract and we could not spell their name right to save our lives.
Yes, because they pronounce it one way.
Let's not say
I know.
it, yeah.
They pronounce it one way and it's spelled a different. Yeah, and it was like,
well,
this is spelled right.
It was a referral
understand.
given to us.
Yeah.
And the person that referred it to us
Yeah.
also says it wrong.
Yeah.
And so, and I felt so dumb because like this client kept saying like, yeah, you spelled our name wrong here and here and here. I've never felt
that was dumb.
But
that was dumb.
Eventually we did turn it around, right?
Yeah. And that's a pretty minor thing to mess up.
Right, but it's just one of those like,
duh, you idiot.
Yeah, you eat it yourself a lot because it's like you're thinking to yourself like the client is thinking, if they can't spell my name right, then they can't do anything right. When
we can.
We can. And we do. Okay. Who would you say takes longer to get ready for meetings?
You.
Okay. And who is more competitive in listing appointments?
You. What do you mean more competitive?
Like, well, first of all, it is me.
Yeah, I think most of these are you. I do the other stuff.
That's true. Well, no, just that question, like, who's more competitive? It makes me think of like, in listing appointments, I tell the people, I'm like, I am the best person for this job.
Yeah.
You're like, it's in your best interest for you to hire me.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
And I'm getting better at it, but for sure, I think that you do a good job of that.
Okay. Next question, I want to talk about our roles and superpowers on how we complement each other. Who would you say is more likely to take the lead in closing a deal?
Me.
I would also agree with that. I'm good at reaching out to get business here, and you're really good at running them to the finish line.
Yeah.
I think that's worthy for a high five.
Yeah, that's a high five one.
That's a high five moment, folks.
You're so cute.
Oh, I already know the answer to this too. Who is better at handling the details? Apart from that one client whose name we can't spell right.
Me?
I think it's you.
I'm like,
Anytime I write up a contract, I always run it by Jordana just because A, she's been doing this longer. B, she is more meticulous, more detail-oriented than I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we complement each other there. What would you say your superpower is in the business? What do you feel confidently that you do well?
I'm not afraid to talk about real estate with friends and family.
No.
Which, to a fault, but
We love them.
Pretty much.
And we want them to
Yeah.
invest in their future.
Yeah.
And sometimes it can come across as pushy, but it's like,
It genuinely is.
I either have to be pushy or I say I don't love you and care for you. And that just doesn't fly with you.
It is. And that's one thing that we love so much about the business is that, yeah, it's how we feed our family, but it's also something that we feel passionately about. We've seen like financial growth and wealth in it that we want to share
firsthand
that. Yeah, and
in our life.
Yeah, and we want to share that with those around us and that we love and that we want. Like, everyone should be set up for financial success.
What would you say my superpower is?
You are really good at not letting emotions get involved. If someone talks to me even a little bit negative, I'm like, they hate me. I'm the worst person ever. And it ruins the rest of my day. So, but Jared's really good at like, all right, whatever. And you move on.
Yeah. I like what we learned today. Just next.
Yeah, we did learn that today. Yeah.
Scoot in?
Yeah, scoot in.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm excited for this one. What is something that I do that drives you crazy, but you secretly love it? Go on.
I don't know. Do you have one?
No, I don't.
Feels...
Does anything come to mind?
Not that I secretly love. I could tell you what bugs me, but
just going back to what you said, your superpower, being able to talk to real estate with anybody. Like, we'll have people over for dinner, and sometimes it's like, Joanna, you're coming off a little overbearing, but secretly I love that because it's like, it is coming from a place of love and everything. That's true. So I think that would be mine.
That's a good one. I need to think about that.
We'll circle back.
We'll circle back.
We'll circle back, hopscotch back to it.
Yeah.
All right. So now let's talk about why we do what we do.
Well, we kind of just did that.
We kind of did. I know, but let's just, I want you to share a quick story about a meaningful client experience that comes to mind when it's like, this is why I do what I do.
I think not anything specific, like with a specific person, but like I for the first several years worked a lot with first-time home buyers, and they just the light in their eyes when they light up and they realize like, oh my gosh, like we have a lot of first-time home buyers that think like, oh well, when I have $100,000 saved up, then we'll buy a house, and even then like we won't ever be able to afford it, and and then just like sitting them down with a loan officer and letting the loan officer tell them the numbers, and then just seeing them light up like, oh my gosh, this is doable, this is something that is in my future.
Yeah,
I think that's incredible.
I was going to say the same thing, that it's not necessarily just in first-time home buyers, although I do feel like that is just given our age and who we've worked with, that's who we see. But yeah, definitely the easiest place to see. Everybody grows up and thinks like, when I'm a grown-up, then I will be thinking about real estate and whatever. But then when people realize I can do that now, I can start building this future. It's a really cool moment. But also just, getting people to overcome those mental blocks of like, they've been conditioned almost to think that they can't do something. And then you show them, not only can you, but you can do it really well.
Yep.
And I just like seeing that mental shift. And that's a big part of what we're doing here on this channel. Is going to be like, that is the underlying message for everything we're going to do, is that you can do more than you think you can.
And you are the captain of your fate.
That's right.
No, the master of your fate.
Master of your fate, captain of your soul.
Yes.
That is a poem from somebody. We'll put their name right here. Maybe not. I don't know how to. I don't know how to edit that in. That's great. Okay. Next question. What kind of legacy do we hope to leave for our family and our clients? What comes to mind when you think, what kind of legacy do you want to leave?
I would hope to leave a legacy of selflessness and like, I don't know, like my motto kind of is like, think about other people. Like, oh, you're having a bad day. Like, let's get out of yourself and go, you know, I bet someone's having a worse day than you are.
Yeah.
And I know that that's not always easy, even for me. It's like, okay, like I know what I need to do, but it's a lot harder. It's easier said than done. But that would be my legacy.
To serve others.
To serve others. And that's really why we do real estate, is it's a way to like, you know, encompass everything, where it's like, yeah, we have to feed our family, but yes, we also believe in helping others, and we also believe in growing wealth. So it's kind of all encompassing, and that's, I think, what makes us so passionate about it. Yeah.
Well, and I feel like the industry itself kind of has a negative connotation of like, it's a bunch of people that are just trying to get rich quick, because they don't have any other skills. But, and maybe there's some agents out there, but for the most part, at least in the experiences that we've had, it's people that genuinely want what's best for the people they work with.
Yeah.
And I would say that's us too. Oh, I'm excited about this question. What is a value that we will never change or compromise on, no matter how big we grow?
I mean, honesty.
Yeah,
I think personability. Wait, is that a word? Personability?
Like being personable?
Yeah, well, and just like, I hate when I'm working, not in real estate, but even with any industry where it's like, okay, and now you're going to talk to so-and-so. Like, I don't know. Like, when people are working with us, I want them to work with me, and they want, you know, not like, and here's my assistant that you'll talk to and you'll never hear from me again. Like, I'm always going to be the one. Like,
you're just there for the high points. And
yeah, like, I'm always going to be the one that
you're there,
is there.
The day that they signed a contract and the day you get paid.
Yeah. And that's not to say, like, obviously, yeah, we have a transaction coordinator now, and I'm like, we're hoping to hire an assistant, and like, we'll have those people to help make sure that things are running smoothly, but like, for the most part.
But we'll still be in it.
Yeah.
We'll still.
For sure. My clients are my clients. They're not my assistant's clients.
Love that. Okay. Last section here, we're just going to do a rapid fire. Okay. You're familiar with the rapid fire method, right?
I am.
You listen to other podcasts. I don't know if I can talk about them. Not that this is a podcast. It feels like a podcast because it's an interview. All right. Okay, rapid fire. Here we go.
Okay.
First word that comes to your mind.
Poop. What?
You darn. Okay.
That was what I was thinking.
I love it. Now you're in the mood. Okay. Morning person or night owl?
Ooh.
First thing that comes to mind.
Morning person, which is actually super weird that's what came to mind.
Favorite date night?
I'm not a morning person. Every fall we drive up the canyon and we get takeout and look at the leaves.
That is fun. I do like that one. Dream vacation spot?
Bora Bora.
Most used emoji when texting me?
Probably this. I usually text you when I do things that are dumb. I'm like, duh!
Swig or So-Delicious?
Ugh. Depends. What am I getting? This is what we were talking about yesterday.
This is not rapid fire.
This is what we were talking about yesterday. It's because it depends on what I'm going to get. Swig has a really yummy, the Strawberry Breeze. That's just like a water. But if I'm going to get a soda, I would probably go to So-Delicious. And their cookies are better at So-Delicious too. But I really like the Strawberry Breeze at Swig.
All right, so much for rapid fire. Last one. Of the two of us, who's the bigger softie?
You. It depends. With our children, it's you.
Okay.
Is that all of them?
That's all the questions.
Wow. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this.
We'll do a little outro. Oh,
Like, share, subscribe.
so that's a little behind the scenes on our life, both business and our love story.
And if you're looking for partners to help make your next move and treat it as good as we treat our own,
Reach out. We'd love to help you make your next move.
don't forget to like, share, subscribe.
Who knows? Maybe next time there'll be a blooper reel and you'll hear me cuss.